So today we are looking at our bread from our science experiment from last week. I have the not touched bread where I used a pair of tongs to take it out of the bread package and place it into our bag. It is showing no signs of mold yet. So that bread is safe. Our next piece of bread is the bread with dirty hands. So this bread was touched with dirty hands, and based on my observations, I do not see anything on this bread that would show that it is becoming moldy. So this bread looks pretty good. Our next piece of bread is the bread that was touched with hands that had just been washed. We used the guidelines of washing for 20 seconds with hot water or warm water to try to get all the germs off our hands. And on this piece of bread, I do not see any mold on it. So this bread is looking pretty good. Our next piece of bread is bread that was touched with hands that had been Germ-X'd or used hand sanitizer. So the hands were not washed. We just used hand sanitizer on these hands. And looking at the bread, this bread is also looking pretty good. Remember, this is after a week of sitting in these plastic bags. And then this, our last bread, was bread from the table. And instead of using the table, I used the trash can lid because our tables are fairly clean. So I wanted to see what would happen if we put this bread on a trash can lid and rubbed it on the trash can lid. And as you can see down at the bottom, there might be a little bit of mold. It looks like it is discoloring a little bit down here. You flip it on the back. On the back, you really can't tell too much. It's more on the front, but it is starting to mold. So it's looking a little bit different down. Try to zoom in here as much as I can. As you can see from here, we see just a little bit of mold growing. So I'm thinking that's where our mold is going to start growing from this piece of bread. All the other bread looks good after 1 week. We will check back again next week on Thursday to see if any of our bread has changed.